more so, and how we can correct them once again. That's why we have these discussions. And the most important thing for me and my pundits is to have you guys involved, because you know no one is perfect. It's all about learning. Send us messages at MX24GH every single platform. Please add the hashtag MXLive. It makes it easier to find us, so stay tuned with what you're doing. Stalk us, DM us, find us. We absolutely do not mind. And I promise you, from now to 4 p.m., nothing but the best when it comes to intuitive conversation and, yeah, progression in terms of what we're doing, again, as an industry. Today I have a very beautiful lady, so I'm going to introduce her first, because the man to my far right, that's my guy, so we'll get to him. But that's nice.
Hello.
You're really looking nice today.
No, thank you.
I'd always wanted to do that, but today just, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking all white. How are you doing, darling?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. How's your week been so far? Because this Tuesday.
It's been okay. It's been raining a lot lately, so... It
has?
Yeah, the weather has been very chilled.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah. You know,
yeah,
good
calm,
for everything. Calm,
relaxing,
good, you know.
Enjoyable.
You know.
Nice one. Eddie, to my far left. Man who's part of the MX24 team. Charlie, your company is 2 years old now. Oh. How's the journey been so far?
I think by God's grace, everything has been amazing. Even if you look at where we started from and where we are now, I think it's been tremendous growth. We are on course to become the leading content production hub in Ghana and Africa. So
nice,
I think that's good news for all of us.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Thank you so much, guys.
For the employment bit, we can talk of. Yeah.
Well, we definitely have to.
I mean,
I'm sure Antoine and Adjoa, they are watching. So my CEO.
Antoine.
Yeah.
I'll come to you later.
Yeah.
Okay. I would once again, but yeah, thank you to people like Antoine and Adjoa, Eddie here, and to even Nancy Nice, you know, for making MX24 what it is, because you know it's all about team effort. Mistakes will be made, but we can all learn from them. So something that has caused a lot of controversy in terms of discussion and celebrities making money, all this betting brouhaha.
Right.
What's your take on it, so to speak? You know, celebrities not being allowed to publicly endorse, you know, betting companies and vice versa. What's your take on that?
The question is why? Why are they not allowed to advertise on that? I thought that there was an actor who, you know, is a presenter for this NLA thing that they do on UTV. Shout out to UTV, by the way. So I really don't get why they're not allowed to advertise. I mean, if they can host a whole program on national lottery, why are they not allowed to advertise on it? I mean, there should be an answer to this, because
I think that what the NLA, and I mean in 2000 or 2020, the whole gaming commission came about to ban celebrities from endorsing betting companies, and the reason they gave was basically they're saying that because these celebrities have huge numbers and huge following on social media, they are a negative influence to
the youth.
The youth, primarily. That's the whole class of the conversation, because that they are a negative influence, and so the gaming commission. But it's
still allowed.
Yes, and so so I mean, it's allowed to bet. I mean, you're allowed to go ahead and
if you're 18 and above.
Yes, 18 and above to bet, but you are not allowed to have celebrities as ambassadors to endorse, you know, betting.
So why are the actors, and these are known actors, because I know it's, so can I mention the name? I know Calibos is a host for the...
Okay, my question is, before we get to today's story primarily, what is a celebrity? Because if I have 10,000 followers on social media, some might consider me as a celebrity.
Right.
Maybe I'm not out there as much. Does that mean I can endorse it?
I think from their context, what mainly they said about celebrities were people who were into the movie industry, who had like some, I mean, huge following.
Or artists.
So artists, in entertainment guys, musicians, all the people fell under this category.
But it's still very difficult.
Yes.
I think right now,
yes.
I feel like more so back in the day, you know, a celebrity was easily defined.
Right.
You're on TV, your music is out there, everyone knows something you're up to. But with the landscape of social media right now, the entertainment space, I think it's very difficult to determine or define a celebrity or who a celebrity is.
Right.
I don't know if you guys agree.
Yeah, I know there's so many people on Instagram who have more who are so
Numbers,
influential than
Even on
an
TikTok.
artist
Yeah,
or
even on TikTok now.
yeah.
Okay, so now this has become a very big conundrum, right? And even now, Samir Oku, he's added his voice. You know, he's with the NLA, of course, and he said they're going to seek the Attorney General's advice on celebrities as brand ambassadors for betting companies. So I'm going to read a couple of quotes that he had recently. He said, "If you take the FDA, there's another regulatory body in the space of food and drugs. They're able to also pull the brakes when it comes to celebrity endorsements on some of these alcoholic beverages. NLA is also a regulatory body. So we need to have that understanding," he said. Carrying on, he also stated, "We'll also seek the advice of the Attorney General to see if the NLA can enter into the space of getting some of the brand ambassadors in the industry of sports, entertainment, and all to also do some brand endorsements." This is what Mr. Iwuku said. So, I mean, it went on and on. It was an open discussion, but I feel like if it's gotten to this level or to this stage, that means there's not a deep understanding between the governing bodies, I believe, of what should actually be done.
Yeah, so I think that's where the issue has come up, because then it means that, I mean, as an individual or an artist or whatever you do, I think you should be allowed to do other things that can help put money into your pocket or help your brand as an individual.
If it's not illegal.
If it's not illegal.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also these same people, influencers, whether they have numbers or not, I think that just like he's saying, the FDA aspect. So the FDA is regulating food in terms of people who are doing the right thing, in terms of checking the pricing, checking the expiry date and all that. That's the regulation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that same way, I think that's why the Gaming Commission is there.
Okay, so there can be certain restrictions.
There can be certain restrictions. So maybe don't do this, because I mean these same artists can also influence people positively to use betting. I mean, to use betting in the right way. What I mean is that, so if you are saying that these artists are undertaking or going through betting because they are causing like some form of misunderstanding, or like they are causing the youth to want to engage in betting and is negative, then you can even use these same artists to also serve as like an information hub to train people and teach people, I mean the same youth, about the positives that can come with the betting. I don't know if that's because that's how I am seeing it. If you are saying that there's a negative aspect, then why not also look at using them for the positive? So if I'm saying I'm Stoneboy and I mean just came out and I'm Stoneboy and I want to use my platform to tell people that, okay, maybe betting can do this and that, and you should be 18 years and above before you can bet. You should make sure that this and this is that. So the regulators or the framework or the guidelines that allow people to bet, if these same artists or these same celebrities can use these same people to teach the youth.
Because the reason why I feel like this is a very huge conundrum is adverts are still shown on TV.
Yeah,
right.
Even
celebrities not endorsing it doesn't mean
I want to ask,
they're not going to bet.
is betting bad? I would like
from
to
a
know.
religious perspective.
Yes,
it's bad.
You know,
I think from a moral perspective.
So yeah, from a moral perspective too.
Yeah.
I think I said this when this came up a while ago, that I can understand why certain people might not want their kids to bet, might not want them to be involved. But again, this is something, if you're 18 or above, it's like smoking, it's like drinking alcohol. I can't sit here and tell someone bet or don't bet. I can tell myself if I'm 18 and above to bet or not. Again, the word here is legal.
Legal, yeah.
Is it legally binding? Is it legally acceptable to bet if you're 18 and above? So if it says yes, and adverts are being shown, and even celebrities are not endorsing it, it doesn't mean the youth is actually going to stop.
So that's why.
I mean, yeah.
And that's why. That's why the argument
if I
comes
decide
in,
to do something and I've really made up my mind I'm going to do this, you can't tell me what to do. You know. So whether the celebrities endorse it or not, if
it's
somebody wants to, they're going to do it.
Do you guys think it's the way this message is being put across? Because again, I was discussing with somebody, right, and he was like, betting has gotten so bad, from what he was saying, right, to the extent that people bet everything. Yeah. Their last cents. So it's like people are losing money, people are getting in debts, people are getting in trouble. Do you think it's the way the message is being put across? Because I'm assuming the government wants to advise the youth. So that's why they're saying maybe if these celebrities that the youth look up to don't endorse it, they might not do it. But it seems like that's still not working.
That's not going to work.
Even if the youth,
it's not going to work.
So even if the youth that are there and they think that the so-called celebrities are endorsing it, I think that let's look at it from the angle where we can still use the same celebrities to preach the gospel about the issues or the guidelines that has to do with betting.
Right.
I mean, I can't tell Nancy here not to go and do something, especially if she's because she's above 18 years. I can't tell her or
can advise her.
Yes, I can advise her or give an opinion of what I think she can do, but I can't enforce that on her.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So I think that's how we need to look at it. I think that one also angle from this is the fact that people are against this, is the fact that, you know, our musicians or artists or whoever, some of these brand ambassadorial roles give them some form of support in terms of finances. And so if I'm an artist and I'm not getting, I mean, there are no shows. I mean, during the COVID, you saw how there were no shows and a lot of things were not happening well. And people sought to do other things like betting, like even though as TikTok challenges started and all that. So it was more about, let's look at what we can also do to support ourselves. Because I mean, the artists and celebrities are also individuals who have people or families to take care of. And so if you are saying you are banning them from not even engaging, then why not rather regulate their actions? I mean, rather look at the angle of, okay, be circumspect in what you are saying and what you are not saying. Because I know, I mean, the artists or the celebrities, they are level-headed people. I'm not sure Stoneboy or Asako or whoever, or even yourselves, like as media people you are, would readily just go and stand somewhere and be forcing people to go and bet. You can just tell people, oh, okay, you can bet, but just be careful. Just like they tell you, you can drink, but if you drink, don't drive. Or if you drive, don't drink.
Or if you want to do that, use protection.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, that's a very, very good one. That's a very good
Thank you for that.
You
just took the words out of me. I wanted to say, I didn't know I was going to say.
I mean, if you're not abstaining and you're not whatever, you just need to use the condom. That's on the flip side. But I think that's what we need to look at. That you can't limit. You can't. See, it's just like and that's the point. I want to understand what issue, and that's why Samia Oku now is saying that they need to now look at it again, because the ban started, I think, in 2020. And it's been 2 years.
Let me ask you guys this. It seems like a lot of decisions, and I even said this yesterday, right? The youth that the decisions are made for are not involved in these decisions, right? A lot of celebrities are the youth. Again, like Eddie just said, people have lost money for 2 years. That's time you can't get back. People have lost money, people have lost endorsements. Nancy, what do you think is the way moving forward when decisions like this are coming up? We understand that, yes, there are people in power who are supposed to make those decisions, who are rightly elected. But if we're not involved in the conversation, because it seems like now the conversation has gone back to where we didn't want it to be, you know, you can't bet. It was stamped, it was done. But we're going back. So now if this decision is reversed, when our celebrities can be endorsing these things, but maybe there are restrictions, again, it's 2 years lost. We're not involved in the conversation.
Right. People can do whatever they want to do. I mean, like he said, if a youth wants to bet, and let's just say Sarkodie or Stoneboy tells you, do not bet, you know, I don't think that is going to stop me from betting. But how about we involve the youth? Let's use these same celebrities to try to advise us that even if you want to bet, don't use your school fees. Because I know people are using their school fees and things to, you know, go and don't use
Manchester United lost a lot of money last season.
I saw a video on TikTok. I saw a video on TikTok. There was a guy who was just on the floor.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Weeping.
People take loans to bet.
Are you serious?
And you see, again, like Eddie just said, drinking technically, if you're 18 and above or 21 in some countries, is not illegal. But don't drink and drive. You can't drink and be abusive. You have to know your limits. Social media is very, very negative. You know, you can't post certain things. You can't attack people. But it doesn't mean you can't use the platform. So I don't know. I just think it's the conversation. There's a very big disconnect between the youth, the people in power, and the platforms they are telling us not to use. You know, so...
Or maybe they're just trying to...
I can understand the moral aspect.
Or maybe they're just trying to do whatever they want to do, because I really don't think this makes sense.
But even just to add up, you know, there's already checks on gaming. I mean, in terms of betting. There are already checks where they're saying at certain times in a day, you're not supposed to show certain things on TV. You're supposed... Like, I think the Gaming Act 206 also it gives a list of things that you are supposed to do as a television station, as an individual. Like, there are guidelines for everything. So those things already exist. I think that we just need to probably, as a way of enforcing it, just try to let people know about these things. Because information is power. If you know, then you understand and then you can take decisions. But if you don't know, I mean, ignorance of the law is no excuse, though. But the point is that let's find ways and means to use the same brand ambassadors to advise people on what is the right thing to do. I think that would help the
Why didn't the government just get people to go against betting companies? These are people against betting.
No, I think that's also a bad one because, you know, and that's a point. So betting in itself is not a bad thing. I mean, it's not.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
Yeah.
Legally,
it's not bad.
Legally, it's not illegal.
If you're 18 and above.
Legally, it's not illegal.
You have to be careful.
Yeah, do you get it? I think that's where the conversation needs to come in. So that if we understand that, we can.
Okay, I don't bet.
I mean, people 18 years and above are allowed to. But there's a restriction as to what you can do and what you can't do.
When you drink, right?
Yes, so betting,
I don't bet, and I have zilch knowledge about betting and how it works. But are there what are the wins and the loss? How is it? Is it more wins and loss, or there's more?
Well, I've also not done betting, but I know people who bet, and it's about probability.
Are there wins?
Yeah, I mean, people win, but looking at your wins and looking at your odds or your loss, I think that's on a scale. Sometimes almost
it's like your losses compound,
yes.
right? So it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So you get one big win, but if you calculate the little losses, it can even be more than that win. Yeah. So it's usually like dopamine, right? You make a big win, it's like you want to go, and it's never enough. So again, you know what I'm going to add to this is I understand the moral perspective, the religious perspective, but it's up to the individual, again, if it's legal, right? And if they're allowed to do that based on their age and things. Because I can tell you, don't do this, or I can tell you why you shouldn't do it.
Exactly.
And I think that's become the problem, right, in this space. So hopefully, you know, with Mr. Wuku, Honorable Wuku, you know, adding his voice, it might help in extending the conversation. Because like Eddie said, also on the flip side, people who afford have lost money for 2 years. Companies who could have endorsed these things have lost money. And again, people not endorsing it doesn't mean the youth is not going to get their hands in.
Right. So now, this goes back to my question.
Yeah.
If betting is not, or celebrities are not supposed to be advertising betting, does betting fall under NLA in the first place?
Yes, betting is, so the NLA, that's the National Lottery Authority. They are in charge of regulating betting and all the lottery opportunities here in Ghana. So they are mainly like the regulatory body or authority that is in charge, like everything falls on them, and they work directly in line with the Gaming Commission.
Okay.
That's.
So why are the celebs? This is. I'm confused.
I think we need to have some of them.
Yeah, because
here, right?
I just don't get it. So why are some selected celebrities the ambassadors for NLA, but then you're banning every celebrity from advertising?
I think that's also because the NLA has other duties from, and just to say
betting NLA is still low.
And just to say this, the Gaming Commission was actually the body that limited people from being banned, not the NLA. Even though the Gaming Commission is an authority on its own, they have their own set of rules and guidelines that they help to operate. So the NLA is now trying to change things and say that let's look at the way the FDA is doing it. Let's also try and get
to regulate certain things, right?
So let's allow people to still get brand ambassadors. Then we can
I'm sure we're gonna have an extensive conversation, of course, because you know it's always good to find an understanding of why things are allowed, things aren't allowed, and even though for some celebrities they will for like 2 years they've lost a lot of money. I said previously, and this is something I'm going to continue to say. Mistakes have been made, mistakes are being made, and mistakes will be made, but it's all about correcting these mistakes. Send us messages. What do you think about this whole conundrum? At MX24GH, every single platform. Please add the hashtag MXLive. To our next story, I just want to know, have you guys ever lost a job, a business venture, an endorsement, a partnership based on your sex, your image, your skin color, your what's the word? How big you are, maybe even on social media? Has that ever happened to you? Any circumstance at all?
No.
Maybe being a lady, you lost a job. Eddie, not being the biggest person in your space, even though you could do the job, you lost the job. Has that ever happened to you?
Personally, no.
I think maybe knowing, no. Maybe unknowingly, probably yes.
Okay, have you guys ever heard of situations where
countless times
people lost their jobs? Maybe a lady could do the job very well.
I've been in meetings where, or board meetings where people have said that there were two people where a lady and a guy, and they said, let's give the job, or let's give this to the lady to do. I mean, those things were, and because it was for an agenda, let's get more females into the space. And so I think that this is happening, it's normal. It's not as if I don't sit here and say it's not happening. I mean, it's happening. So personally for me, I may not have necessarily been directly involved in it happened to me, but maybe involuntarily, maybe I could have applied for a job somewhere.
But if
I didn't get it, and
Okay, I've lost a job, a gig before, but I don't think it's that serious because people thought that it was too much money. But I don't think that is
serious.
That's serious.
Wait, what?
Then, so that they are
That's very serious, Nancy.
Valuing what you can do and capabilities. So it's also serious.
I don't take it serious. So.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you didn't take it serious.
Go away with your bro. With your
But got a lot of money.
Like, hey,
go away with your bro. On the street.
It's a serious. We are street.
We're on the street. So it's very serious, Nancy.
Okay,
Losing money.
I just told them
I think
to
even
go
not
away.
just losing anything, like whether it's a resource, and because of something, an advantage. The thing is that if you have a little advantage, not based on your
capabilities,
or
right?
capabilities,
Right.
but it's because of probably how pretty you are or the fact that you do some, then that's a problem.
That's a very big problem.
Yeah.
And you said something very interesting there where in your situation, right, it was given to a lady over a guy because she's a lady. We understand the movement and what's going on, but it's like, that's, again, I don't know, that's how do I even say this? It's like, what is being fought for is actually not being fought for. If there should be equality, again, based off capabilities, but we're not focusing on capabilities, we're going back. Okay, if these things are happening now, again, for example, because of skin color, we've seen these things, right? Racism, classism, right? People are given jobs because of a name attached to them, right? Not because of how well they can do the job, because they're a lady or because they're not a lady, then it's a very big problem.
Because they have a certain body type.
Yeah, that's
very
also
important.
Example, that's true. In movies, I've asked directors. I've asked directors.
Yeah, because they want a certain type of lady with a type of skin color and all that. Yeah, those things.
The flip side is some people might say it depends on what we're trying to promote, but for the masses, that's not acceptable. So Leila Jansi said, I couldn't get funding for a film because the lead character was black. In 2022, when a story like this comes out, being a beautiful, black, hardworking lady, how do you feel when you hear this?
Devastated. I mean, it happens all the time, Jason.
Doesn't make it acceptable.
No, I can't believe that we are in 2022 and we are still fighting racism. We're still fighting all these things. It feels like we are always going back. Always going back.
Yeah.
Charlie,
okay, so she said, I thought about it. This is what she said. I thought about it and I spoke to a couple of other friends, but it didn't feel right, sorry. So I didn't get the funding for the film because my lead actor was black. My lead is going to stay black because the story is about a black woman. So what I'm getting from her is she's not changing her mind on that. But the fact is she lost money, funding, a role, a job, a gig, whatever you want to call it, the opportunity to level up, to showcase her abilities, and that person lost the gig. Eddie, these things are still happening. I mean, you're behind the scenes so much.
They're still happening.
These things
they happen all the time.
Yeah, I think, and even maybe in this part of our world, and when I say this part of our, I mean our African setting, we might not necessarily be seeing that, directly.
No, I experienced that. Sometimes.
We're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have experience.
Not me personally, but to other people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There was a time that we had to make a music video, and the director was like, "Charlie, get me, mixed girls. The light skinned girls and all that." I'm like, "Oh, but Charlie, I know some mixed ladies, but then there's some black girls who can Charlie, no. And the thing is, I have so many mixed friends, female friends, and I could have put them, but I felt like it wasn't right. Even if we have two mixed ladies, let's have some black girls, And it became like a whole argument. So I had to lose, contact with that director. And it happens all the time. Yeah. It's so sad.
I think that, Jason, so I am looking at it from two angles. If it comes to art direction, in terms of, like she's saying, the movie, the music videos and those things. Sometimes in your music videos, you want to portray a certain direction in terms of the people you are using in the music video. So that's why you see our artists using light-skinned ladies and have a blend of some dark ones in there, or they're using dark-skinned ladies and all that. Now, there's another aspect of movies. So a movie in its direction can be different from the music or the videos you want to do, because in a movie, so for example, based on the script for a movie, there are direct things that the director and the producer want to achieve by doing the movie.
Honey.
Nancy, let me finish. Let me finish.
This topic, Jesus.
Let me finish.
Give me
there are
strength.
direct things that a producer or a director would want to achieve. So if I'm going to cast a movie and I look at Jason, I say, okay, I like Jason's color. I'm going to make Jason the lead character. And I'm going to make, let's say, you, Nancy, the supporting character or the supporting actress. But I want Jason because Jason is light skinned, and I want you because you are chocolate or whatever. And I want to portray a movie that is in terms of interracial marriage or whatever.
Okay.
That is fair because then I want to portray the two of you as you are marrying Jason maybe probably from outside and you are here in Ghana. So that is fair.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Right.
But if I'm supposed to lose something or if I'm supposed to not get something from what I'm doing, and I already told you about what I want to achieve, and I'm losing something because somebody wants a favor, somebody thinks that, no, I shouldn't put you, Nancy, there. I should go and look for another light-skinned lady and come and ask you because I don't like black ladies or chocolate ladies.
That's the problem.
Do you get my point?
Yeah.
So is it the way the message is put across again?
Yes, so that's the problem because, like I'm saying, in the movie space or like in the movie or just like what Leila is saying, she had a black character and it's about an interracial marriage. So one white person, quote unquote, and then a black person. But you see, if you use all of them as white, then it means that the storyline is lost.
It's totally lost.
So then there's no basis for which to still continue the movie or lose funding for it. And that's the problem. Yeah. And that's even, so the person who is even doing that is even more racist than me deciding to put the two of you together. Right. And that's where the problem is.
So again,
me now. Yeah.
Because, you know, when these things come up, right, and I've seen these things on social media, you never know, again, who the person posting, right? But it's come out a lot where people have said, the people who want, or people behind the scenes, it's from a business perspective. The audience they are trying to reach. Is that an acceptable conversation? To say that, okay, I'm trying to reach, quote unquote, a white audience, an interracial audience, a black audience. This movie is about Africans, you know, who were born in somewhere in Ghana. We can't go and pick white people and put them in. From that angle, is there an understanding? Is it the way, again, because Leila has come with a story. Like you said, it is interracial. You can't use two white people, two black people. Maybe the story is a situation where families were not accepting them to be together, which we hear these things, but they found a way to be together. That is how the story has to be. But if she's being told, no, you have to use two white people, that's totally racist. So do you think it's the way the message is being put across? Because, for example, now, for the music video, she said, the guy wanted light-skinned people. I don't know his reasoning for wanting light-skinned people.
His reason was because light-skinned girls are pretty. It's what we see all the time.
So that is where there's a problem. Because black girls are also attractive. Right. So that's where there's a problem. Again, do you think that's where the issue is, the way the message is put across?
For all film crew, it's always business for them. At the end of the day, like you said, they are trying to reach a certain, audience. When Marvel has always been making movies for us. They made Thor, they made Iron Man, they made all of it. And they were white men leading. Now, when they decided that they wanted to reach, a certain people, which is the blacks, right? Then they said, oh, let's make Wakanda forever. And it was everywhere. Now, every African claimed it and said, this is for us. Because at the end of the day, the businessman decided that, we've been reaching the white man. Even though the blacks have always, they appreciate or they've always been following Thor. And now let's make a movie that they would want to accept, claim it and say, this is for us. Then they make Wakanda forever with blacks.
Are you happy about that?
It's business at the end of the day.
You see, and because
they mentioned Ghana. They mentioned Ghana in one of the lines.
It's very dicey, right?
Hey, it's for us.
It's very dicey because again, the people who said they're taking advantage of the African culture, but again, people have said no, they're promoting the African culture. So there's cultural appropriation where this is for this culture. This is for this demographic. We don't want this demographic to use it.
Yeah, but they win more than we do. At the end of the day, it's business for them.
So, where's the middle line? Like,
no, it's since we've always been waiting for that validation that we, for them to finally accept us. So when they do something little, we're like, hey, finally. But for them, it's like a big thing for them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's like she's saying. it's the drawing line has always been about the fact that, okay, we are doing our normal movies, let's do our movies, and then later we realize that these movies are selling well in Africa. So now let's try and tell a little bit of the African story. And even people are telling the African story and they're telling the African story wrongly.
Right, yeah.
So that's the problem. I mean, but Leila also made a very valid point, and she said something about the fact that sometimes some of these interracial movies she's been doing, like the Sinking Suns and the Ties That Bind, you know, she tries to mix different people from different origins. So if you look at, she has sometimes blacks and with whites. She has different places for mix up. What she's saying she's doing is that she's trying to increase up or open up the audience and even what the origin of the movies, because it means that if I'm a Nigerian and I have a movie that has a Ghanaian and a South African, you're more likely to get people who are in these various countries watching. What it does is that it also helps the promotion and your marketing. It helps.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. It helps. But you see, there's also another issue is that as an investor, and you see, the problem is that the people who have the money are people who want to call the shots. Just like this, he is the investor. He has the money. You don't have the money as the movie producer, and that's one thing we also need to look at. People who know how to do the job do not have the right funding to help them do the job. So the producers, the directors, the camera guys, they don't have the funding, and so those who have the funding always want to dictate as to how
you know. I love
a creative, and you want to tell the creative how to do the job.
I really like the word you just used, dictate, right? Because again, it's like if there are people who can do jobs, right? They may be part of the minority or not. But it's like because we want to promote a certain demographic, now we're overlooking the people who can do the job. And it's actually causing a very big problem, right? In terms of, because you want this one to do well, you're ignoring this one who can do it. And it doesn't even matter about skin color, right? And I mean, you can't take the fact away that racism is going on, again, classism is going on, certain demographics are being looked down upon. And it's a very dicey situation. Lines are very blurred, you know, it seems like there's no middle line. But I just hope there are certain people, of course, who select people to work with and work for them based on, again, capabilities. Not skin color. So the best thing I can add to this is maybe these conversations drive more into people's heads.
I would like to
endorse people who actually can do the job, right?
Sorry to cut you, but I would like to ask you a question, Jason. Have you ever experienced that before? You're a light-skinned guy in Ghana. Please don't tell me that people do not choose you over other people just because you're light-skinned.
Just like he said, right? I wouldn't know if someone is looked down upon because of me.
Involuntary.
I wouldn't even lie about it. I wouldn't know. Because I'm hired for a job and I do my job. He's hired for a job. What if someone was looked down upon because of him? Because he's with MX24. These are things we don't know.
But you haven't experienced that, like,
no, not face forward. And for someone like Leila to come out and say, this is what she heard directly from an investor, that's where the problem comes. For example, I've been in meetings where certain artists who are not as good as certain performers, but because they're bigger, were given the platform. The person who wasn't given the platform doesn't know. You know, we're trying to promote women. We want women to do well. But if men, and I'm a man, I love my masculine energy, if men are overlooked, even though they can do the job, now what we're fighting for is being lost.
Equality and
that equality, there's actually no equality in the world we live in. So again, that's why I think like it's very dicey. You just hope that investors look at people based off their capabilities.
I think we should just hope that people who are in the industry can get the right form of investment that is devoid of certain prerequisites or conditions, and will be a better, because I mean, producing movies is very expensive. Even music videos, they are all very expensive. So let's just pray and hope that the people who have the larger...
Yo, I've met a lot of guys who are like, I didn't get jobs because she's got big hips.
I mean,
it happens.
On a lighter note, I mean, one of my friends here, one of the video guys, I'm pretty here, was just telling me that, you see, sometimes when you even get a black, not black, a dark lady, it means you need more lights onto the person when you're shooting the video. Unlike a light-skinned person, you don't need so much like light to follow the person to shoot your video. So sometimes some of these things are also, like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's here and there. People are picky and specific as to what they want because of what they want to have in their mind. I've seen videos here shot in Ghana here with my Ghanaian artists, but the people who shot the videos, you didn't see any dark lady or a Ghanaian lady. I mean, most of them looked like they were foreigners. And that's where the problem is. So let's also look for the fact that I just think we just have to do our best, man. Is there anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, I mean, film producers out there, please. I think it always starts from you, because whether it's TV, music videos, or movies, it starts from the producers out there. Please start looking at people's potentials rather than their body type or skin color. I'm begging you.
See, a lot of ladies are fighting ladies.
I mean,
I'm begging you,
ladies are fighting.
because some of these women that you put on our screens, they're not doing good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm upset.
Okay.
This is very personal.
One thing I just have to add in there, that someone who's acknowledged for the right reasons is Jackie. You know, she recently won at the 15th Heady Awards West African Artist of the Year. And obviously, it's based off her capabilities.
Yes, and not how she looks.
That's actually true, because I mean, I looked at the category and the people in the category, and she won. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because there was Kiddy in there.
Yeah.
And
very good artist, right?
In there, Amare, Awon Amare was in there. There was this guy from Cape Verde, and then Nakamura, also from one of these countries. And she just won. I think that it's also shows the work she's been putting in by her record label and even Sony Music in addition. Flipper Music and Sony, they've been tremendous. I mean, just 2 weeks ago or some weeks ago, she won another award in SE. I think there's something about double platinum something. So they said she was able to sell 40,000 units of her her EP in the SA market.
That's
and
crazy.
I'm like,
in the SA market, right?
In South Africa. So I'm saying that. So just imagine there's going to be an award scheme in SA, and there's going to be an award for an international act, and most of the people there know Jackie. Yeah. She's going to likely win it.
No, but Jackie has actually been doing very good.
She's been. And that's what I was saying.
Over the years, she's been very working.
Jackie's been...
Yeah, she's been working. She's been like...
doing her thing. Yeah, she's been doing her thing. Nancy, thank you so much for coming through. Any shout-outs, anything you want to add before you leave? Looking lovely, Nancy. This is too much. Looking too bright.
I'm just trying to... You know, but shouts to God. He's always, had me... Comes through for me all the time. Amen. So yeah, shouts to God.
Amen to that. Eddie, any shouts?
I'm going to borrow what he said. I mean, it's God.
It's God. He deserves all the credit.
The grace of God. Yeah. Sometimes we don't even have money in our pockets, but we are still rocking.
Eddie, I ain't had no food today. I'm saying this on air.
Don't worry.
This guy always, Eddie, that's my guy.
Anyway, guys, Jason is very rich. If you see me town, holla.
Really? Amen to that. Amen to that, Charlie. Thank you guys so much for making time. You know, it's very interesting to have these conversations with you, to get your ideas, opinions, perspective. You know, we always try to look at the lighter side, but as there are serious things going on where some people are being overlooked, again, you guys speak for so many people watching this, and I'm very appreciative that you make time to come here, Eddie. Very big salute to you. Nancy, please come through some more. We need you on here to shout on people like you just did. Guys, quick commercial break. We'll be right back with an artist who was into styling. But the thing about artistry is now, your image is as much as the music. Some people might say even more so, because you have to promote, you have to look good. So we're going to have a very interesting conversation. Stay tuned in.
Hey, yo, Maddie. Short and life is ended. Love is a killer of soul. Love is a healer of soul. Love is a hater. You're put one shot and life is ended. Just come later. Oh yeah, I'm not a bad guy. Don't disrespect. Just in my purpose. Better don't disrespect. I put my foot down and give judge all the praise.
We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us on the first floor of the Silicon House building off the Boundary Road, East Legon. Give us a call on 024-235-5956 or 054-454-8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
Sister, I could tell my father, yeah. Drop the song in the spirit of God, take control. Oh my God, you make me feel satisfied.
So yeah, we're live. I'm a bit stunned there because one of my directors says he has a crush on you. So I had to. How do you feel when you hear that, Magdalene?
It feels funny.
It does?
I laugh. Yeah,
Don't you get it a lot?
Well, yeah, but it makes me laugh.
Okay.
I laugh like, and then I feel like giddy. That's it.
Okay, his name is Daga, and he said I should let you know that he has a very big crush on you. But we have Magdalene in the studio. Thank you so much for making time today.
Thank you.
Straight to it. I said before you came on, you know, you're into art direction, fashion.
Yeah.
You're very creative.
Thank
now
you.
music.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about the art before the music. How did that start for you?
For fashion styling, it actually started in Cardiff because I did my master's in fashion and PR in Cardiff University, and then I went on to University of Arts London to continue. So afterwards, I was like, yo, like I want to come back to Ghana. So I went, like my family and I, we planned to move back to Ghana, and then a fashion pilot started. But it was actually a class assignment.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, my lecturer was saying, oh, there's this girl in class that, in like previous class, that she did amazing with fashion. I'm like, yo, I can do this. I'm like, I want to be that girl that they talk about, like when in my, old world. So that's how come Fashion Pilot started.
Why did you come back to Ghana though? And I don't think it's a fair question, but the thing is, us based here might say, oh, that's a big industry, everything is going on so well here. Not to say that we're not progressing, not to say that we're not learning, but from one industry to another. Was that transition difficult, and why was that important for you?
I would say, like, reason for coming back to Ghana, aside my husband being an expert and everything, I wanted to come back mainly to develop the creative industry, because everything that I learned in UK and in France, I thought I have to bring it back home. So my cover letter and all of my application was more of development, like how to build a creative industry in Ghana, how to improve it with public relations and like everything. So it was more of like making it grow, like making it better. Because I was actually at times sad when I watch our stuff on TV. So I'm like, nah, we need to change that. Okay,
now let's talk about that. Our stuff on TV. Again, a little bit before we get to the music, right? Do you think we take image as important as the music itself in promotion? Because I said before you came, some people might even say now the image is 70% of what you're selling.
It used to be worse.
Yeah. And the thing is, you can make the music, but people now want to have a visual perspective of what's actually going on. That's why music videos are so important. Again, how you look, the hair. There's so much association with the person, not just the music.
Yeah,
do you think we're doing well in that regard?
Yeah, we are like, before, I'll say, like, starting from 2015, it was horrible. But like now, as in recent,
wow.
Yeah, but like it's gotten better. Like I felt like in the fashion industry, in the music industry, it's become more competitive. People are like, and because of the internet, and now that is accessible for everyone, like there's more opportunity to learn and understand. So I think that with the internet coming in, with people wanting to evolve as Ghanaians and everything, it's shaped the industry, and I think we are heading towards that.
The fashion right now is crazy. I see people wearing I'm like, whoa, these shoes are big.
Some are off, man.
Anyways, okay, so that happened, came back to Ghana doing a thing, boom, music. How did that come about?
Oh, music, it was God's plan. Like, it is God's plan, honestly. It is God's plan.
When did you know that that's the direction you wanted to go in?
Like, the first time I was told that God is calling me, God is arresting me to, like, all of that was like, oh, I know it's music. That was what I said. Like, I told the pastor, I know it's music. And he was like, how do you know? I'm like, yo, music has been chasing me since infancy. You know, so, like, now it's like, to me, it's like inevitable. It's like something I have to do before I die. So when the time came, I was like, right on, God, let's do it.
That's deep. That's deep. So is there a transition from fashion to music? Are you combining them? What's going on there?
Well, I paused fashion, to be honest. I paused it completely. I wasn't interested. And then I
wasn't interested again?
Yeah, because it had to be taken out of me. Like, spiritually, it had to be taken out of me in order to do music, to focus. Like, I was really passionate about it. It's like a baby, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so so I started doing the music because I had to pause the fashion, and now it's time for me to like just mélanger, you know, like mix it all up. So that's what I'm doing.
And that's what I was going to ask you. So have you gotten to that point where you can found that balance, you know?
I'm actually the one that I'm the creative director for all my music videos.
You ain't got no problems then.
You know?
That is so cool.
I'm my own makeup artist. I'm my own stylist. Like,
you're cutting costs. I need some
I'm on
tips.
TV.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it helps in the business aspect of promoting your music and stuff. So, okay.
Absolutely.
Now, more so the music. How many songs have you released? How's the journey been so far?
So I've released, I think, like now four gospel songs.
Wow.
Yeah, because like I had to pay respect to the judge, you know, to God of all.
I really like the fact that you're spiritually inclined.
I have to be, else they'll kill me.
Is that how you felt?
That is what it is. Like when you don't have any strong, solid spiritual backing from purity, from God, like where else? Like you're going to drown.
Has it been difficult dealing with negative energy in the space? Because you know, fame is very, very dicey. You have to be very grounded. I feel very spiritually inclined. You know, people have the path they take, right?
Yeah.
But has it been difficult, you know, balancing your faith and dealing with the energy, external energy?
Yeah. As for the energy, like it's weird. But then my faith and my relationship with God is what makes me, you know, like stand tall. Because had it not to be that, I'll be gone.
Wow,
I nearly died twice.
Wow.
Like not like literally died twice.
Wow.
Spiritual attack.
Wow. Why do you think it's so important for you to be open and honest? Because I like to ask that question. People are actually very honest because, you know, when you say these things, you're helping so many people out there. But again, that negative energy, people might say, oh no, why are you talking about these things? You're a celebrity, right?
It's the reality, you know, it's life. You know, like we can't live life without knowing that we are spiritual beings more than we are physical. You know what I mean? So for me, it's important for me to like be real to people, to tell them like, yo, it is what it is. Like if you don't go this channel, sorry.
I really love what you're saying because myself, I read a lot of philosophical books, right? On the universe, on like Jehovah, on again being very spiritually balanced, no matter what you're doing, right? And I always say, you know, a clean heart and a clear mind is going to get you everywhere you want to go. It might not work out now, 100%. But it will just work out for you. You don't even have to put in effort. And so I'm very appreciative, you know, because there are a lot of young ladies who I've spoken to who are also going through these things, finding it difficult to speak openly. But you're inspiring so many people. Please don't stop what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
And all of this, you just told me something off air. You and Lil Wayne.
Oh.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah,
that's my guy. He doesn't know he's my guy, but Lil Wayne, that's my guy. What's that about?
Yeah, like it's a huge news. Like my record label in New York, Ben Hill Records, shout out. I was called and they were like, they're compiling a Billboard celebrity chart for the record label, and Lil Wayne is part of it. And they selected my sound. I'm like, what is that?
Wow,
like,
the pictures I'm going to take of you today.
Oh,
when she was there, I'm going to say, I know her. That's my friend.
Oh my God! Like I was like, oh my God!
How do you do with that? Like that news?
I forget it. I forget it, honestly.
I'm sure you're going to do very big things. I'm very proud of you for what you're doing. Today's the first day I'm meeting you, right? But, there's nothing, I've always said, energy is very contagious.
But we met before. Yeah,
that was a while ago,
Yeah,
but not on a platform where we've actually spoken like this.
That's true. That's true.
Again, energy is very contagious. I'm very appreciative for you. What's the plan moving forward? Because now, from the music, the fashion, being on a platform again with Lil Wayne, what's the plan moving forward?
Now, moving forward, I'm doing more music. I'll be coming up with something like Vava Voom in fashion. Everything is in I'm working. That's all I know how to do. Yeah. So a lot of things are coming.
Charlie, you're going to be huge. I believe you. I be like, you're going to be so huge.
Oh, thank you so much.
Is there anything you want to tell your fans before you leave?
Wow, what I would tell them, I would say thank you so much for the love and support. Boomplay is going mad, and I'm so grateful. YouTube as well. Thank you so much for the support and the love, and trust in God.
Amen
for
to that.
Sure, trust in God.
Amen
100%.
to that. Amen to that. We've spoken
and
about...
love Him.
We've spoken about everything, from the fashion to the music, you being the United Kingdom, coming to Ghana, spirituality, how important it is to you, possibly losing your life, but being here stronger than you were before, plans moving forward on a platform with Lil Wayne, the Lil Wayne. That's so huge. I can't say how proud I am enough of you. And this is your home. Please come through whenever you have new music.
Thank you.
December, are you going to be in Ghana?
That
to be.
I might go to France for Christmas. I'm not so sure, but I'm thinking because I don't have any lot of shows planned. But when it comes, I'll stay.
Nice one. Please put on shows. We want to see some more, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Send us messages. Support artists like Magdalene and the conversations we're having. It's all about bettering and promoting the industry. Very, very simple and direct. At MX24GH, all our platforms. At the hashtag MXLive. Send me messages at JCNEO_A and be a part of all our other shows. We have a lot of stuff coming from now through to December. Magdalene, thank you so much again for coming through. We're signing off with her music. Dance to it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 3 to 4 p.m. Salute.